Hulk Hogan, who never signed a deal with WWE, is again making his noises and playing his games. We're doing this again, Liam.
We're doing this forever.
Dave reports that he talked with D'Amore and told him he's interested in coming in, but he wants to work a program with Triton. So he can get Triton up and running strong.
So he's definitely just like working them so that his friend gets a better push, right?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll come in. Just push my friend.
There is a similar quip from D'Amore because WWE apparently more aggressively ramp up hiring people and trying to lock down people because of TNA potentially going head to head with them on Monday nights. And there's a quote in the Observer from Scott D'Amore being like, I'm going to start leaking some of my friends I can't hire are coming in just so they'll get jobs with WWE. We're in the little talent coming or going corner here. There's no interest at all in using Loki. He made a lot of enemies and said a lot of things about people in the company, including Jeff Jarrett and the booking committee, which largely has been left alone thus far when it came to booking decisions. And they were told no Loki. It's like, you can bring in other people, but no Loki.
Well, you know, that's what Loki does.
Until they do, in fact, actually bring back Loki. So,
do you get mad at the sun for rising or the birds for chirping? No. So you don't get mad at Loki for burying the company.
Loki is a beautiful soul who pops his head in for 6 to 18-month runs, melts down and leaves.
It's you can't get mad at Loki for Lokiing.
He has like 6 of those in TNA history.
That's one company.
It's head-to-head with him and Madison Rain's Wikipedia for my favorite, like, you know, where they're like, first return to Impact, second return to Impact, third return to Impact. Rules. Samoa Joe signed a TNA contract on June 14th.
That was loud even for me.
Yeah. The provisions of the agreement with TNA is they can't pull him from Ring of Honor and that he can do potential New Japan tours. In an effort to get internet buzz on the show, and while that... oh, God. Dave, I fucking hate the way he writes. I should delete the asides before I actually... But that's on me when I'm copying things into the show notes.
I like that there's 2 little, like, comma side pieces in a row.
It makes it impossible to read. And again, I said I should just take them out while I'm doing the show notes instead of sitting here trying to read Dave in like word for word. And
I want to try and do it. I want to see if I can do it.
Okay.
In an effort to get an internet buzz on the show, and while that is better than nothing, I'm not sure what it really means. They wanted to book CM Punk vs. Joe on Slammiversary, coming off the buzz of their match of the year, high placing last year in Chicago. However, Punk turned it down because of the WWE offer. Joe was leaning towards turning down going, but is now scheduled to debut against Sanjay Dutt. Punk irked some people here by saying he wasn't going to come in and work with Joe because they weren't going to let him go 45 minutes. The reaction was, good luck in your 5-minute matches on Velocity. Amazing Red and Alex Shelley have agreed to return and maybe on the pay-per-view in a 6-way elimination match, half true, which is still in the process of having the prelims fully decided. Shelley has agreed to a deal as he is a D'Amore trainee. Shocker may face Shelley as a deal for Mr. Aguilar collapsed.
So there you go. D'Amore is bringing in good wrestlers.
Yeah, he's bringing in 2 of my all-time favorites, so can't be mad.
If you go to the watch-along, there is a moment where Alex Shelley interrupts Shocker during a backstage promo and Liam actually squeals.
Because I didn't recognize him at first. Then I was like, ah!
Yeah, because he's wearing like glasses and a leather jacket. He's doing his best Triton cosplay. And Liam like literally squeals. He jumps out of his chair. He's taken by surprise by Alex Shelley.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Again, like this, Punk's never going to TNA at this stage. I think both because of how his first run went down and he signed a WWE contract this month.
And he wants to do 45 minutes.
But could you imagine if like Punk and Joe had like a 5-star match here randomly as Joe's debut at Slammiversary?
Yeah. Yeah, I could. See, that I tell you, it's the greatest power of all time. The ability to look in alternative universes.
And see what happens. See what happens with TNA if Punk is there. I think he still probably leaves in 2 years because he's CM Punk, but... Yeah.
But, you know, it's a... 05 to 07 is quite a pivotal time in the company's history, so...
It's a quite pivotal time in Punk's history, because like he just wins the Ring of Honor title this month.
Does the Summer of Punk.
And does the Summer of Punk. So yeah, this is a pretty big time for CM Punk at the moment.
But who gives a shit about that guy? We got Samoa Joe.
That's true. We do got Joe locked down. There's no word on Danielson, but as I said, I still think WWE was always his endgame and TNA was never a thing he took seriously. I wish somebody who has an interview with Bryan Danielson, ask him, please.
He'd be very thrown off by that line of questioning, I feel.
The You've Got to Be Kidding Me podcast would like to know why you never really went to TNA, huh?
Yeah, get us on the media scrums.
That's true. We'll ask him in post Revolution, which is...
Exactly.
Dating this show severely.
Bryan Danielson, you've just won the AEW title. How did you feel about in 2005 when Scott D'Amore reached out to you in regards to a TNA run?
Or if he even reached out. You were just listed as a potential person he would have wanted.
No, see, I'm leading the question.
Ah.
Making it antagonistic so he feels like he has to respond.
So, no Loki, Joe is in, no Punk, Shelley and Red are back.
I wonder if my interview class lecturers would listen to that and be like, no, did you learn nothing?
What did they teach you about interviewing?
I don't remember. It was like 2 years ago.
So they did teach you nothing?
It was basically like, chase him down. Don't let him get away with anything.
A relatively short news section this month because both of the big stories are basically coming off of the stories we talked more extensively about in the Hard Justice episode, with a TV deal coming up and a bunch of petty sniping going on backstage.